everyone. I hope that my voice is clear. So welcome to Let's Study Abroad June edition held today, 11th of June 2021. I am very glad to see all of you here participating in our event with great interest. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Sekar, and I will be your master of ceremony today. And as always, before we start, I will read some rules that you have to follow during today's event. Starting from the first rule, you have to enter the Zoom meeting room 15 minutes before the scheduled time. And then you have to change your display name to name_NRP, or as the example as you can see in the chat box being sent by the committee. And third, please use the LSA June 2021 virtual background which we have attached on the email. If there is any problem, it is allowed not to use virtual background. Fourth, please mute your microphone during the session unless it is allowed by the MC. And fifth, please turn on your camera as the requirement to get stamp for it. It will be checked in the middle of the session and at the end on the photo session. If there is any problem to turn on your camera, please ask permission from our contact person. Okay, thank you so much, Kelly. And then the sixth participant who wish to ask questions, please drop your questions to the Zoom chat box by using the format name_NRP_question or using the raise hand feature. And then the seventh participant have to fill out the attendance form and feedback form as the requirements to get stamp for it. Please note that the link will be closed 30 minutes after being shared. And then the eighth, after the presentations and before joining the breakout room, please change your display name to university abbreviation _name_NRP. Or you can see the example being sent by the committee in the chat box. For the participants who does not change their display name before the breakout room, will be assigned randomly to the breakout room. And then the last one, for the participant, you can take the stamp for it regulation, which you can be accessed through bit.ly/regulation stamp for it. So now, please kindly fill in the attendance form, and it is being shared by our committee in the chat box. And please remember that you will not be able to fill it once the link is closed. And while we are waiting for the participants to fill out the attendance form, I will explain briefly what our event is. Let's Study Abroad, or LSA, is a discussion and consultation session by ITS University partners from all around the world for all students levels. Today, we have representatives from 3 university partners. The first one is Mr. Azrul Hashimi bin Zabidi, who is the Senior Manager of Student Mobility Office, and being accompanied by Mrs. Nur Saira, Muhammad Sabri, Mrs. Khairunisa Aimi Ghazali, and Ms. Nur Ifah Mehat from Universiti Teknologi Petronas or UTP Malaysia. And then the second one is Mr. Huang Shin, who is the Deputy Director of International Education Center, and Ms. Tian Xian, who from the International Cooperation Office of Beijing University of Civil Engineering and Architecture, China. And then the last one, but not least, we have Ms. Jennifer Montero, who is the Asia Regional Manager for Camosun College, Canada. Today's agenda will start with an opening statement from the Senior Manager of ITS Global Engagement Office on international partnership. And then each panel university will share about their institutions and their programs. After that, we will have a panel discussion session where you will be able to ask about general questions. And then the last one, we will have a breakout room sessions where you can ask detailed questions to the representative of university partners. Okay, all right, now I'll proceed to our first agenda, which is an opening statement from the Senior Manager of ITS Global Engagement Office on International Partnership, Dr. Asria Nur Irfansyah. To Pak Irfan, the time is yours. Oh, Pak.
Hello, Sekar.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. My name is Irfan, so I'm from the ITS Global Engagement. Welcome to our LSA, Let's Study Abroad session. So on behalf of ITS Global Engagement, allow me to welcome and thank our good friends, who will be speakers today from 3 partner universities. There's going to be a presentation from Universiti Teknologi Petronas, UTP Malaysia, from Mr. Azrul Hashimi bin Zabidi, Senior Manager, Student Mobility Office. And together with Mr. Azrul Hashimi, there's Ms. Nur Syairah Muhammad Sabri, Ms. Khairunisa Aimi Ghazali, and Ms. Nur Ifah Mehat. Thank you for joining. There's also our friends from Beijing University of Civil Engineering and Architecture, BUCEA, China. Mr. Huang Xing, Deputy Director of International Education Center, and Ms. Tian Ziyan, International Cooperation Office. And there's also from Camosun College, Canada, our friend, Ms. Jennifer Montero. Hello, Ms. Jennifer Montero, Regional Manager, Asia. So thank you to all colleagues for joining. We really appreciate your presence in our session. And we hope we can further strengthen our partnership between our universities. We are now in the middle of 2021, and we see that this pandemic is not over yet. In fact, we see an increase of cases. Maybe it's because of the new variants of the COVID-19, we don't know, maybe. However, we all must stay optimistic. Hopefully we can all overcome this and maintain our health and stay productive. We hope that as soon as things get better, we can interact face-to-face physically. For now, we can still do things. We can make the most out of this time using virtual activities, including this LSA session that is done virtually. And later on, maybe, hopefully, if it's possible, we can also do virtual student exchange if physical mobility is still not possible. To students of ITS that we are proud of, please be active in this important session. Hopefully you can all learn from this event, including myself, and perhaps you can also decide and prepare for your next big plan, which is studying abroad. Thank you very much. That is all from me. I'll give the chance back to Ms. Sakar.
Okay, thank you so much, Pak Irfan, for the opening. We hope that this session can motivate us to participate in future programs held by our university partners. And then let's move on to the next agenda, which is the presentation by Mr. Azrul from Universiti Teknologi Petronas, Malaysia. Okay, hello, Mr. Azrul. The time is yours. You can start the presentation.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. MC, for today. The Let's Study Abroad program. Thank you so much to the organizer of this program, Pak Irfan, for inviting us to share about our mobility program in UTP Malaysia. So, and also I would like to welcome all students who participated in this program and to listen to my sharing session. Then I will begin with a video on our university, about UTP, some introduction of UTP, and then I will proceed with some presentation, a quick presentation, and I will close with a video again of our mobility programs. So this is all about mobility program, physical mobility program in UTP. On top of that, I will also share a program on our virtual program so that there's interest from ITS students to join our mobility program in UTP Malaysia. So let's begin with a video presentation from UTP. Shaira, are you ready with the video? Okay, let's.
To those of you who have come in search of answers, seeking inspiration and looking to achieve your aspiration, this is the place where you will learn to find the answers, where you will be motivated to discover your inspiration, where you will be propelled to realize your aspirations. With today's global challenges, the role of the engineer, the scientist, and the technologist is transformed from being the technical innovator into being the agent of global change. Our world-class resources and faculties, our cutting-edge facilities, our global partnerships with leading universities, our strong network with industry for internships and job placements, our worldwide research collaboration. These are the inspirations and the opportunities at UTP. Here, we nurture the analytical skills and intellectual capabilities of all who walk the UTP path. Here we culture the ethics and the attitudes that will shine in the real world. Here we expose ourselves to what it truly means to be human, to be a valuable part of society, to be the empowered people, the game changers who will light up the path towards a better world and change lives for the better. At UTP, the torch is firmly in your hands. So hold it up high and let us together light it and let it burn brightly. Join us to seek inspiration and achieve your aspiration towards global prominence.
Share for the video. Can I share my screen right now on the right? Okay. Right. Thank you for your attention to our video, corporate video. Can you see my slide? Right. Can you see my slide? Okay. Hopefully everybody could see my slide right now.
Yes, everything is fine, Professor.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, just to recap back the bit on our corporate information just now. UTP is wholly owned by the Petronas, the Malaysian National Oil Company, same as Pertamina, Universitas Pertamina, who being owned by the Indonesian National Oil Company. So we are the same, but we existed earlier than Pertamina and Universitas Pertamina. That's the only difference. So having said that, there's some information. We are a private institution back in Malaysia. We are located about 2 hours journey from up north Kuala Lumpur. So it's not that far from Indonesia to UTP to Malaysia, but it's just a few hours by flight. But nevertheless, right now the pandemic has already stopped us from visiting each other. That's why we need to embark or be more creative to embark in a virtual program that we have designed for our partner students. That's why in response to this COVID-19, we have already customized all our mobility program into a virtual mobility program so that we could offer and share it with our partner institutions. Okay, so from this virtual program, we hope that we could achieve numbers of objectives, namely to gain new learning, for the student to gain new learning experience without having to leave own countries. And next, the student will also have the leverage to earn credits even though they are completing the courses via virtual mode. Number 3 is to develop virtual learning environment working skill, because this is something new to all of the students. In fact, for our student and also for the partner institutions students like ITS students. And also number 4 is to interact effectively with different people and broaden social skill for self-development. So this is where the creativity would come. How could we be more creative through this virtual environment? Last time we never thought of having this kind of webinar, virtual environment, virtual training, but now we are having this kind of program. Okay, just to share with you the statistics that we have for inbound Q1 2021, we've been embarking on a virtual program since last May 2021, and with the result that we are hosting numbers of students this year. To tell you the detail is 256 students who came to UTP virtually on virtual course, which is a virtual short course program, virtual student exchange, virtual research attachment, and virtual student development program. So they came from various countries, especially from Indonesia, who joined our virtual joint classes. That's something that we could work it out with ITS. And I believe now we are still in the midst of discussion with the faculty at ITS in order for us to make this program a reality. Means to say, to have a joint program between UTP and ITS. And also we are happy to note that for this coming September, we are hosting numbers of students from ITS for this virtual students exchange program. And hopefully we could have more programs that we could execute between ITS and also UTP. Okay, this is some statistic of our outbound students who went out for a virtual program. And we hope that we could have more students who would join program at ITS as a on reciprocal arrangement. Okay. Next, on the virtual mobility programs. This now I will explain to detail what kind of program that we have. Okay, in actual fact, we have 3 main program, which is called VSCP, or Virtual Short Courses Program, Virtual Student Exchange Program, and the Virtual Research Attachment Program. So under this Virtual Short Courses Program, we have online faculty exchange. This is where we are still in the midst of discussion with the faculty at ITS to make it happen. Number 2 is a student development program, whereby we will offer the students to have kind of clubs on society program between ITS and student at UTP. Maybe some trainings or some short courses in between the clubs and societies. Number 3 is Malaysian Cultural Program. This is where we could share our own culture to the student at ITS. This is something that I think, even though we came from the same ancestors, which is budaya Melayu, but we feel that this is something that unique that we could share, Malaysian Culture Program. And then there's a community outreach, where we could also have community outreach program in between students at UTP and also student at ITS. Next, or the intensive English program. This intensive English program is something that we would offer to the students, our partner institution, because it is an Oxford certified program. So this is a 2 weeks program where the student could enroll in our intensive English, got assessed, and they will gain a certificate prior to after the program. And then this is a virtual student exchange. It's a typical one where student would enroll in our exchange program via virtual mode. And then the virtual research attachment, the research being done and supervised through a virtual environment. So this is a short courses that I shared just now. It's an intensive range of program or courses that could be enrolled by the students from both institutions, especially from our partner institutions. And this is where we could develop and customize the existing technical or management or entrepreneurship programs to suit the requirement from the home institution. I mean the home institution. And the student can also combine 1 or 2 multiple courses to suit their own learning. I mean the requirement from the students, and the duration will be up between the 3 days up to 2 or 3 weeks. So this is the joint online classes that we already had with the other partner, Indonesian partner, which is Telkom University. So we hope that this arrangement would be made possible later on for the students at ITS to be able to learn in our classes, as well as our UTP student can learn in ITS classes. That's the concept or the principle behind it. Okay. This is the details of the program. 2 to 3 hours learning. Course per topic. It's a joint short courses for maybe duration of 1 or 2 weeks learning per course per topic. So this is something that we are still in the midst of discussion with ITS side. Okay, this is a Malaysian culture program. We are also offering this kind of exposure to Malaysian culture, like traditional dance, martial arts, food. Even though we are sharing some commonalities on the food, but still we can share something unique about Malaysia, and also traditional music as well. So this is something that you could enroll in our program. Okay, this is an intensive English program that I said just now. It's an in Oxford certified program for 2 weeks duration. So this is open for all our partners to join in, and it is very intensive kind of program where there will be a pre-test before the class, and the student will be taught all sorts of skill in English, in the communication, and once finished, they will be assessed again to see what are their achievement after the program. So this is another one. It's a virtual student exchange program. As I said just now, the student will be joining our classes together with our full-time students on virtual mode for 1 or 2 semesters. Choose a choice of 1 to 2 semesters, and they will be attending virtual classes and get involved in all related academic activities such as assignment, projects, tests, and examination. And at the end of the semester, they will be assessed through extended assignment, which is something to replace the physical exams. So this is something that we have already embarked since last January 2020. And upon the completion, the students will receive a e-transcript, and certificate of completion upon completing this virtual student exchange program. This is the most popular among our partner. It's a virtual research attachment program whereby the student will be supervised through online platform by our own researcher back in UTP, and the students are supposed to complete their presentation as well as project report at the end of this program. So the duration will be between 2 months to 12 months, up to the requirement of the students. Yeah. So this is where this is the program content, application, orientation, attachment. We're going to have a simple virtual orientation, attachment where the student will do their project, and they have the opportunity to use our own software in UTP. Yeah, through this virtual research attachment, they will be given an access to our unique maybe MATLAB or HiSys like engineering softwares. So they have the opportunity, and the evaluation will be done via virtual mode. So this is the 6 research institutes that we have, and the research team for the students to get enrolled, or for the student to choose where we will be we will try to match the interest of the student against the potential supervisors through these mega teams, the teams that we have in UTP on research. So this is the application window. We are still opening the application for this research attachment for the student of ITS, and you can check from our websites on the potential supervisor as well as the institutes that you are interested to join. Okay. In short summary, we have 6 altogether virtual program that students from ITS to join, which is virtual exchange, virtual research, short courses, faculty exchange, as well as these 2 virtual student development program, and also virtual community outreach. So everything will be done virtually, part of the program. So we'll touch a bit, very brief on the physical mobility program. We do expect that these mobility programs on physical mode will be resumed in September 2021. However, assessing to looking at the situation right now, it might not be possible, even though the government of Malaysia doesn't stop the foreigners from coming in, but there's a very tight procedure that they have to follow. So we are aiming that the students can only come maybe January 2022 for this physical mobility program. So just a brief on physical mobility program. We also have the short programs. We do also have the exchange program as well as research attachment program. But the only difference is they will be having their program physically in our campus. Okay, this is the packages that we have for the short summer program. The difference based on the content of the program as well the accommodation that the student will stay. So the exposure on the summer program and on the excursion program that we have for the students. This is an exchange program, the same for the students. They will be having numbers of activities, and also will be joining our classes, our academic classes. And next, study abroad for our non-partner. They can also come without any exchange agreement, but they have to pay full tuition fee to UTP. And then this is a research attachment. This is the most highly demanded students. Mostly the student came from India as well as from France to our campus every year, except last year 2020 we could not host them on physical mode. So hopefully next year will be something promising for us to host the students from ITS. Okay, with that, this is me and our team from UTP. We have 3 ladies who are being supporting me on this mobility program, on short program, on summer program, student exchange, as well as research attachment. And we have a two strong guys who are being supporting the execution of the program. So feel free to contact us through this email, CSD Mobility, and also our websites for more information. With that, I complete my presentation. So I would close my presentation with another video, yeah, to summarize our offerings for this mobility programs. Over to you, Shaira. Thank you.
My name is Ayran. I'm from Kazakhstan, and I'm part of UTP's awesome student mobility program.
Hola. Bonjour. Guten Tag.
Apa kabar?
Assalamualaikum.
Приветствую вас.
The Student Mobility Program at Universiti Teknologi Petronas is a program to support UTP's aspiration to produce well-rounded graduates with global awareness and mindset. It is a program which focuses on student exchange of inbound international students, where we have unique learning programs that cater to both short and long-term stays. With a duration of less than 2 months, there is the UTP summer program, and for long-term, which can vary from 2 months to a year, we offer full semester exchange program and research attachment program. Here at UTP, we diversify our programs to have more options for more countries.
For the student exchange program, students will attend classes and receive assignments, projects, tests, tutorials and exams, all the usual academic activities. So for the research attachment program, students are free to experience the extensive research and development facilities available here on campus at UTP. For our summer program, it offers students an opportunity to experience 14 days of learning all about Malaysia, consisting of 1 or 2 short courses with educational trips. The program includes fun outdoor and nature excursions, as well as tours around Malaysia's major cities. Our mobility programs are customized to ensure a unique time from the exchange here in Malaysia. Besides the allure of our cultural diversity, Malaysia is also recognized for its quality education system, beautiful heritage, and biodiversity.
UTP is my choice. The amazing resources on campus supports my research. I'm really glad I enrolled it. I love UTP's campus, especially the library.
The mobility program has been an eye-opener for me. I will definitely apply what I've learned here in UTP Malaysia in my future career.
Participating in UTP's mobility programs encouraged me to step outside of my comfort zone and to find a global experience. I feel that it has made me more open and independent.
I choose the UTP Student Mobility Program because of its high educational rating as well as beautiful location. I am very grateful for this unique opportunity to learn and grow in such a multicultural environment.
Applying at UTP Students Exchange Program was one of the best decisions I have made in my life.
Thank you very much for your attention, for your viewing. So I pass back to the MC of the event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Azrul, for the presentation. It was very clear and informative. Okay, and for the participant, if you have any questions, you can deliver your questions in the panel discussion session later. And I would like to also remind all of you that you need to in order to be eligible to claim STEM for it, you have to be on cam, and all participants will be checked once in a while. Okay, moving right along, we will have the presentations by Mr. Wang Xing or Miss Tianjian from Beijing University of Civil Engineering and Architecture. Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Thank you so much to Mr. Wang Xing and Miss Tianjian. The time is yours. You can start the presentation.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Patrick Huang from Beijing University of Civil Engineering and Architecture. I'm now in charge of our International Education School. And it's my honor to introduce our programs international students and international summer school. At first, I would like to show our video on BUCEA.
Hello, it's okay to show it?
Yeah, that's fine. Can you play? Sorry, we cannot hear the voice.
No voice?
Yes, could you please repeat it when you would like to share screen, and please press share sound. I mean, you need to turn off this. No. You need to re-share screen.
Fostering the interaction.
Okay.
Is that okay for now?
Okay.
Beijing, as China's capital,
Okay, thank you.
bears witness to thousands of years' history and vicissitudes, yet thrives as a cosmopolitan city, fostering the interaction between the East and the West. As the one and only architectural university in Beijing, the Beijing University of Civil Engineering and Architecture, BUCEA, was formerly known as Capital Primary Industrial School, established by the Qing Dynasty government in 1907. Jointly sponsored by the People's Government of Beijing Municipality and the Ministry of Housing and Urban Rural Development of China, BUCEA is home to over 70,000 outstanding alumni. As a multi-campus university, BUCEA now has two campuses, Xicheng and Daxing, with over 1,100 faculty and staff and more than 11,000 enrolled students. BUCEA offers 39 undergraduate programs, 14 master's degree programs, and 2 doctoral degree programs. BUCEA has 10 schools, with faculties in architecture, civil engineering, environment, surveying and mapping, electrics, mechanics, management, law and science, etc. Through the pursuit of high-quality development and research excellence, BUCEA now boasts 26 ministerial and provincial-level laboratories, 13 teaching bases above the ministerial and provincial level, and the Beijing Advanced Innovation Center for Future Urban Design, displaying its distinctive strengths in such featured specialties as architectural heritage protection, urban planning and architectural design, urban transport infrastructure and underground engineering, sponge city, modern urban surveying and mapping, solid waste recycling technology, green building and energy-saving technology, smart construction and smart city, etc. To better serve China's national strategy and Beijing's function as Center for International Exchanges, BUCEA have set up the Belt and Road International Urban Innovation Center and 7 international innovation cooperation platforms. Working in partnership with 97 universities and research institutions across 43 countries and regions for pragmatic academic exchanges and joint research. The university has proposed the initiative of establishing the Broyek Belt and Road Architectural University International Consortium, committed to building it into a world-famous, specialized international university alliance. Nearly 1,000 Chinese and international students have benefited from Sino-Foreign cooperatively running programs and programs for international students. Under the leadership of the university administration, BUCEA is dedicated to the mission of cultivating talents with morals and the positioning of a top-notch featured university, seeking to serve the capital's drive to become a major world center for science and innovation, and building itself into a top-notch, inclusive and innovative university in China with worldwide recognition and great emphasis on architectural education.
Okay, thank you for your watching. And my topic is the policy to support the foreign students studying in BUCEA. And my topic is contains 4 parts. The first is the university features. Yeah, I think through the video, we can get a conclusion that our university have the long-term history more than 110 years. And I think she studying offer master degree programs in 1981 and approved as a doctorate degree granting institute 3 years ago. Yeah, our university have 2 beautiful campus. One is located in the core of Beijing city, called Xicheng campus and 5 Ring 2. And another campus is in Daxing campus and with more beautiful foundation. Okay, our university have totally 10,010 students, including 111 international students. And our university have 2 doctoral authorized discipline majors and 12 national level characteristic majors and 5 Beijing characteristic majors. So I think our university is strongest among Beijing architecture university because of its strong disciplines and majors. Yeah, our university over have 445 professors and associate professors. Yeah, I think these pictures shows another features about our university. Various learning resources, laboratories, and beautiful library. Yeah, I think our library is the best one among China. Yes, we also have different kind of cultural experience and professional practice on architecture and civil engineering and various activities. The 2 parts is about our international students programs. Yeah, our international students program contains 3 kinds of. One is the most famous English taught postgraduate programs. Each covers 6 majors. And 2 is Chinese taught undergraduate programs with 23 majors. And 3 is undergraduate programs with Chinese taught and covers 30 majors. Yeah, that is the tuition fees. It looks a little bit higher, but I think our scholarship can cover all or most of the tuition fees. Yeah, our popular English taught postgraduate programs have covers 6 majors. I think that is the and they are architecture, civil engineering, environmental engineering, control science and engineering, mechanical engineering, and serving mapping science and technology. I think the architecture is the top 10 majors of China, and civil engineering and environmental engineering is the top 30 majors among China. And other majors is also famous and great. Yeah, our English taught postgraduate program and undergraduate. Yes, I think you can have this majors form to get some details. Okay, for help for guide for international students studying and living in Beijing, we can provide some policies, including the scholarship policy. Yeah, I think we can provide 4 kinds of scholarship. One is freshman scholarship. It covers honor tuition fees and first-class scholarship, and it's special for common international students, and it also covered other tuition fee. And the third is the second-class scholarship. And the last one is special contribution scholarship. That is just for students who is active and voluntary to join in activities organized by BUCEA. Yeah, I think our university issues regulation to guarantee the implements of scholarship policy. We can provide 3 kinds of different scholarship. One is international student scholarship, granted by Beijing government. Beijing scholarship for foreign students, Belt and Road scholarship, and the Belt and Road National Talent Cultivation-based scholarship. And you can see all scholarship can covers all or most of their tuition. And I think I need to supply in addition is that if the freshmen or the applicants can meet or satisfied the requirement of admission, I think they can get the freshman scholarship definitely. And the percentage of getting the first class and the second class scholarship is about 80%. So I think it's a high percentage. Okay, and we will get through the regress process, such as the showing and to grant the final results of the scholarship. And the pictures is on the ceremony award. And another one is the living in BUCEA. Our season campus is in the core of Beijing by Ring 2, and the transportation is convenient with 5 metro lines and 1 railway station and 20+ bus stop. Yeah, it is convenient for shopping. And the accommodation environment, I think, is convenient and comfortable. Our university provides comfortable accommodation with twin bedroom and triple bedroom. And I think all pictures is the real thing. Yes, you can see some. Okay, I think that the study expense about the accommodation, living costs, media insurance, and visa. And we will also arrange various activities to enrich their life and experience Chinese cultural and such as the Great Wall, Summer Palace, Beijing Museum, and we will also organize the New Year party and tea art and Tai Chi and some community communication activity. So the last part is applications. I think our another teachers will show some details on the following section on single Zoom meet. Yes, that is a qualification. And the deadline is June 30, and please put down the application website. Yeah, these are the documents and the requirements. I think the English proficiency certificate, I think the Indonesian students maybe need, because maybe English is the official language. Yeah. I think the admission and selection process is the following three parts. Okay, thank you. That is all my introduction. And I think I will also would like to introduce our International Summer School. Yeah, International Summer School of Beijing University of Civil Engineering and Architecture aim to give full pay to apply to the characteristic and advantages of our university architecture and civil engineering discipline, providing students from different cultural backgrounds with a platform to learn new knowledge and exchange new ideas together. And from 2016 to 2020, we have successfully held 4 international summer schools, a total of more than 700 Chinese and foreign teachers and students from more than 20 domestic and foreign universities getting to study. And we focus on the professional characteristics of architecture colleges and universities and take counts of capital, culture, and language exchange, covering nearly all disciplines on architecture, civil engineering, environmental engineering, and so on, cultural communication, and other fields. In addition, we will arrange various cultural practice activity offline. And so I think all students can understand and experience Chinese traditional and modern architecture. So I think this year's virtual summer school on Smart City will held on July 19 to 23 next month, I think. And this summer school will be organized by ISPRS. I think that is International Society for Photography and Remote Sensing. With ISPRS, with our students, with our university, held this summer school together. So I think this program is free to attend. And my colleague, Ms. Tian Ziyan, will introduce some details on application. And the deadline is 15 July. We will give all lectures and activities on Zoom system. I think this agenda about our international summer school. It lasts 5 days and contains 12 different kinds of lectures. So I think this is the profiles of presentations, and the following is every lecture's introduction and the introduction of the professors. The lecture 3, lecture 4, 5, yeah. I think it covers nearly all disciplines and majors of our university. It's a meaningful and useful and popular program. Welcome to join me. Okay, that's all my introduction. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Ms. Tian Ziyan from the International Cooperation Office of Beijing University of Civil Engineering and Architecture. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce you the program of BUCEA and also the summer school program of our school. My colleague has just said about the introduction of the summer school, and here we can see how to registration. We can give about 20 students to have a free tuition fee. So it's based on first come, first serve. So if you have WeChat, you can scan this code. And if you don't have WeChat, it's okay to find in this website link. So about the BUCEA, the whole name of BUCEA is the Belt and Road Architectural University International Consortium, which established in October 2017. Until now, 64 universities from 26 countries have joined the BUCEA and will take part in BUCEA activities as members in institutions. So I would like to invite you to participate the 2021 International Student Competition on Architectural Design and Digital Modeling. Here is our poster. For last year, we had the first competition, and this year the competition is initiated by the BUCEA and organized and hosted by our school. We have some co-organized organizations and also some supported organizations. For the competition, we are supposed to promote academic and cultural exchanges among university students from various countries and to cultivate the scientific and technological innovation spirits and practical abilities of university students. For the scientific committee, we have one honorary member and one executive member and 6 members for each category. They are from different countries, organizations, and schools to make sure the competition will be fair and professional. Here are the members of each category. So under the theme of resilience to recreate the glamour of canals, this year's competition will be set in 4 categories. They are architectural design, structural design, building and space 3-dimensional modeling, and photography. For the photography is the extra competition. Here we can see some guidelines of each category. This one is the extra competition. So here are the entry requirements. If you have interest, we will send all the documents to your school's teacher so that you can see it clearly of the requirements. We have set deadline of the first round of signing up at June 30, 2021. You only need to confirm your team members, supervisor, and work name, then submit to your school's teacher. And the full submission deadline is July 16. Also, it can get extended for you, so don't be worried about the time limit. Here are the methods of the work submission. So for the schedule, we can focus on the evaluation time. It's the August to September this year. And also we will have an award ceremony and work exhibition on October. As for the awards, we have set the bonus trophy and certificate for first prize, second prize, and the third prize of each category, except for the photography. You can find the details in the PPT. I will give it to your teacher too. And at last is the contact information. If you have any question about this competition, you can send emails to us. And if you have interest, you can sign up to your school's teacher. Hope to see you in the competition. Thank you for all.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Huang Shen and Ms. Tianxian for the insightful presentations. Now, I want to remind all participants again, if you have any questions, you can ask them in the panel discussion session later. And also, I would like to remind all of you that you need to be on cam to be eligible to claim stamp for it. We will be checking on all participants every once in a while. Now we have the last presentation today, which will be brought by Miss Jennifer Montero from Camosun College. Hi, Miss Jennifer.
Hi.
Okay, Miss Jennifer.
Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon. You can start the presentation now.
Okay, can I share my screen?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Can you see it?
Yes, you can see.
I'm going to have a video first. So I'm going to share sound. Yeah. Okay, so can you see it now?
Yes, we can see the presentation.
Can you see the video?
No, we cannot, unfortunately. We see the PPT.
No, it's the video. Now I am playing the video.
No, we cannot see it.
You can see it, Miss Jennifer.
Okay, wait. How about this one? Can you see it?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. So I think I'm going to play it in a while. Wait. Okay, wait. Give me a 30 seconds. Wait. How about this one? Can you see it?
We can see it.
Can you hear it?
Yes, we can hear it.
Victoria is a really beautiful city and it has a really good weather.
Wow, amazing. It's one of the best places on earth, Victoria.
I never expect that it will be this great. People are really friendly and they have been really kind to me since I got here.
Also very respectful environment between your peers in classrooms and between the instructors. I think you can get very nice relationships, between your classmates and between instructors.
They have the most amazing international team. They're very warm and receptive to students, and my teachers are very encouraging.
Diversity has become really mainstream on our campuses, and I think Camosun has become a really welcoming place.
It enriches our campus community with a vibrant exchange of ideas.
I come from Uganda, and I've been here in Victoria for 2 years. I chose Camosun because it's a good college, very good community, small, and I just love it here on the island.
What brought me to Camosun is the small class factor, because it's very easy to have a one-on-one with your teachers and your instructors.
They have so much experience they can share with us as the students, so you just don't get only the basic knowledge, but you also get the practical knowledge from them.
The teachers, they are so lovely.
Instructor teach you in a way like you are actually working for a firm or actually working in a practical field.
The learning is very applied. So the idea is when you graduate from Camosun, you're going to have all the skills that your employer is looking for without needing more retraining.
This is something that's going to change your life, so make the most of it. Make every day your best day, and you'll always have a successful future then.
And it's okay if you don't understand it all. We're here to help you.
Everybody smile, right? Okay. 1, 2, 3, cheese.
My name is Bikram. I'm doing engineering program at Camosun. I'm from India. I really like that program because it
it allows me to go to bridge program and then go to University of Victoria. And in the meantime, I can also do some co-ops and get some work experience also.
Camosun has prepared me really good to transfer to any kind of university in around British Columbia, not just Victoria.
Just choose Camosun, do bridge program, and then go to UBC or UVic, and then explore your world.
My plan after the graduation is to preferably stay in Victoria and work in accounting field.
If you're feeling uncertain or a little nervous, reach out to someone at Camosun. You can contact the Camosun International Office.
I think your Canadians are like Panamanians, very friendly and happy.
So there you go. I'm going to screen share now my presentation. Okay, can you see it?
Yeah, we can see.
I will make this quick because I am the last. Okay, so I am so proud of thank you so much, Professor YU, and my ITS family for the invitation. Okay, so I would always flaunt this for especially for the committee ITS and all the volunteers, and also I would like to say good afternoon also, and a blessed day to some of to our partners from Beijing University of Civil Engineering and Architecture, Xiang. How do I pronounce it? Did I pronounce your name correctly? And of course, Noor, thank you so much from UTM also. My name is Miss Jennifer Montero. I am the regional manager of Camosun College. We pronounce it that's Camosun College from the word camas, which is the beautiful flower, indigenous from the area of Victoria. It is an island in Canada, one of the provinces of British Columbia. Okay, so this is my WhatsApp. You can contact me anytime. We also do have our Facebook page, Camosun College in the Philippines, because basically I come from the Philippines, and we also have an Instagram, and then you can just follow us also. Thank you so much. So this is Canada. We have 13 subnational divisions and 10 provinces and 3 territories. And guys, I would like you to picture yourself at Camosun. Basically, these are as what I've shown you in our video. Those are the things that we do while we welcome our students before COVID. So I'm going to share with you during COVID what happened. Okay. Now, what is my connection with Professor YU and my ITS Surabaya engagement? Basically, I was a Comtech alumna. Okay. So I was there. I was able to join. I used to be the director of international affairs of one university here in LaSalle, and then I was taken in by the Commission on Higher Education under the international affairs staff. I am the desk officer of the Middle East and African affairs. So when I was with CHED, I invited Professor YU to be here in the Philippines, and those are in Manila, in the different islands here in the Philippines. So that's my office at the upper portion right, and of course that's one of the hotels and one of the beautiful islands also in the Philippines. So Professor YU is no longer a partner. He is a brother. He is a family here in the Philippines. Okay. Now, this is my info session. I would like to share with you as a friend, as a sister, and as a partner. Okay. I would like to thank Dr. Ashari, Dr. Maria, Ibu Maria, I miss her, and of course, Professor YU and the ITS Comtech family, okay? And I understand that there are some students and there are alumni and young professionals, and this is my Facebook page. I am the administrator here in the Philippines, okay? And this is my partner from the Embassy of Canada in the Philippines, who is also helping Asian countries or ASEAN countries, Association of Southeast Asia. Her name is Miss Angel Cachuela, our commissioner also. And this is my partner from my International Affairs Office. Her name is Miss Nina, okay? And of course, another partner of mine is Antonio. He's taking good care of the Latin American countries, okay? And we do have industry partners at Camosun, especially with film and media. And this is our function Fax partner, where students right now, they submit their projects online in a cloud-based time tracking management application. And we also bring them here for co-op, paid co-op. Okay. Now, next week, I am going to have part of my strategic partnership, I'm going to have another session with the University Kebangsaan Malaysia and 4 other schools in Malaysia. So I will be visiting and I will be sharing also what I've been doing for the Philippines, Canada, and ASEAN countries. So 2 months ago, I think, or 3 months ago, I was able to join the Embassy of Canada here in the Philippines. We have this kind of partnership. It's on culinary, okay, and this is for Professor Wayu and all the students of ITS, and also for BUCEA or the Beijing University. I will be inviting you here because part of my job or part of my commitment to the Commission on Higher Education in the Philippines is to provide them international partners. So I created the Student Ambassadors Program, wherein students are being trained to conduct different events online. Okay, so just last week, I have this kind of partnership with Southern Leyte State University, where Professor Wayu was also one of our speakers before. I also had this kind of collab with Tarlac State University, and this is from Camosun College, our professor in music. And I gave also our 50 years. We celebrated our 50 years. And these are the different partner universities I had with the Philippines, okay? So I'm helping them under the Commission on Higher Education, and these are our technical partners, De La Salle College of St. Peniel and Miriam College, and of course, the Graduate School of Southern Leyte State University. These are the series of special sessions since lockdown, okay? And we also have some sessions basically with overseas Filipino workers, our Canadian alumni or Camosun alumni who just recently won in the songwriting competition. There you go. From 26,000 category songs. Okay, he is an alumni of Camosun College. And of course, Professor David and my connections with the different regions and agents here in the Philippines. So basically, guys, Miss Jenny, I have been very busy with giving, info sessions and connecting universities abroad. So part of my presentation is.
Sorry.
Okay, so I was muted. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes, sorry.
Okay, sige. Thank you. So, I have this kind of program with other universities, connecting them also like this one. Professor Wayu, I think you will love this. Culture and the arts, the musical instruments like this, and other universities like Aklan State University. We did a Camosun College, Daegu University, South Korea, and Aklan State University, guys. So I have this kind of face mask. Okay, this is our online event, and I will be sharing this with you also online. Okay, so this is our flower, the purple one. That's the origin of our school, Camas. Okay, it's indigenous in origin, and these are our international partners. Now, basically, my task is to give you the background of Canada, Victoria, British Columbia, and why Camosun College, and what are our programs, and how do you apply, and what's your sample budget. Okay, so basically, this was our old website. And because of the pandemic, the territorial and provincial government of Canada requested us or required us to upscale the website. So all international universities in Canada or colleges and universities, you will not be approved as DLI, or what we call, designated learning. I think I can hear some background noise. Okay. Designated learning institutes are institutes provided or awarded by the government to hold and to accept international students during pandemic. Okay, so one of the most beautiful programs of Camosun College, guys, is this adventure education. Guys, we do not have PhD, we do not have masters, because Camosun College is basically a post-secondary institution. It's a government institution. We are not a private institution. So 50% of our tuition fees being paid by the territorial government. So the post-degree diploma is the equivalency of our masters and our PhD. This is only 2 years, and one of the most unique and well enrolled, okay, in terms of numbers, is this adventure education. You are using nature as your business, the art, the science, the craft, for example, camping, wellness. So you can take it whether you are a graduate of bachelor's, or if you want to do business and tourism, so you can join us with this program. And what is happening right now with Camosun? So right now we are accepting fall 2021, that's the equivalent of September 2021, winter 2022, or January 2022, and summer of 2022, and fall, meaning to say summer is May and fall is September. And we have dual certificate program for certified medical lab assistant and office admin. And by the way, guys, September 2021, we are going to have our face-to-face inside the campus already. And this year we are having our 50th anniversary, okay, as an institution. And in the next 10 years or 5 to 10 years, our role is to fill in the gap of Canadian labor market. Remember, Canada is an aging population, particularly Victoria and British Columbia. So since we are a government institution, it is our mandate to provide workforce. All our programs, we have 160 programs, 8 months and above, for example. As long as the duration is 8 months and above, it is qualified for or eligible for post-graduation work permit. Meaning to say, after graduation, you can work in Canada. Okay, 96% of our graduates, they are hired or being hired after 6 months. Okay, so this is one of our campuses. We have 2 campuses, the Lansdowne and Interurban. Pre-COVID, we have 19,000 students. More than 10% of our students are international students coming from 80 nationalities. We have 160 programs, and the average class size is between 24 to 30. Okay, and we have this kind of work while you study, 20 hours per week. You can work. Okay, and these are post-graduation work permit eligible. It's very practical. It's like a hybrid technological institution. 80% of the entire curriculum or program is very applied. And most of our faculty are industry practitioners. So if you are taking up engineering, most of your faculty members or your teachers are really owners of an industry or really working in the industry as head and other areas. So it's very relevant. And we also have unique programs because right now of pandemic, there's a need to have this kind of soft skills to take good care of the community. So we have this another for special needs students or our brothers and sisters with special needs. We have the certificate program. So it's only very short term and then you can work. And community, family, and child studies, interactive media development, a certificate program or diploma, early learning and care. And these are our post-degree diploma in business. So we have accounting, applied tourism, hospitality management, general man, human resource man, and leadership and marketing. And usually I ask the students, use your Google, type canada.ca, because it's in 2 languages, French and English, and you can find anything there about Canada. Jobs, and this link will give you the website also of the IRCC or the Immigration, Refugee, Citizenship Canada, meaning to say all students, international students, whether coming from Asia, China, from Europe, you will pass through this system or this link. It will provide you guys the list of universities and colleges welcoming international students, okay? And they are called DLI, as what I've mentioned. DLI is an institution approved by the provincial government to host international students. So always take note of that, IRCC, DLI. Next, last October 20, we were provided by this IRCC that Camosun College can host because it's very, very tight. They are very strict when it comes to health protocols. Now, IRCC will give you two options. Any student from Indonesia, from the Philippines, from China, you can pass through two streams. But if your name or if the country can be found under the list, then you can pass through student direct stream, because this is limited only to these countries: China, India, Morocco, Pakistan, the Philippines, Senegal, and Vietnam. Miss Jenny, what are these streams? What do you mean by this? When you enter Canada, there are two pathways: regular stream and student direct stream. The regular stream, the processing of student visa is 60 days. For student direct stream, it's only 20 days. Okay? Now, supposing you are an Indonesian, but you came to the Philippines and you become a legal resident, can you apply? The answer is yes. How about if you are a Filipino and you are in Singapore and Singapore cannot be found here? Can you apply? No, because you have to be a legal resident of these countries. This is a privilege provided to these countries. So from my friends there from Beijing University of Civil Engineering and Architecture, you are one of those eligible countries to apply for student direct stream in Canada. Okay? So this is the part of the requirement. I am going to forward you this PowerPoint presentation so that it will be your guide. And yes, this is Canada. We have the post-graduation work permit eligibility. And this Victoria, the island where I am working, is the capital of British Columbia, and we have less than 400,000 population only. Okay, it's an aging population. We need young professionals. There are only 4 days of snow, and it's very friendly. It's the best, it's the best place for young young adult like you. Okay, and this is my college. And these are our guiding principles. These are the 4 pieces of papers that you can choose from, whether it's a diploma, associate degree, post-degree, and bachelor's. So yeah, these are the different opportunities. Now, scholarship. Because Indonesia here is mentioned as part of the Canada seed, okay? But this was halted in the meantime because of pandemic. They need 125 students to apply for the Canada seed. Indonesia is one. And your school should be a member or have a partner in Canada college or university in order for you to avail this. Dr. Tintin Ferrer of Tarlac Agricultural University and Professor Wayu knows her. She's been sending several times students from the Philippines, and they are awarded with different what do you call this? This one, 9,000 to 15,000 Canadian dollars as part of their allowance. They also have the postdoctoral and the graduate doctoral program, which means that you are supported, okay, through this scholarship. Now, we also have in our video a while ago, there was a mention of university transfer. Camosun College has a relationship with other universities. We are not a research university, guys, but we have partners which are research university oriented. Okay, so you can study with us two years or 1 year, and then you can transfer to University of Victoria, and your piece of paper or your program is accredited. Miss Jenny, what's the difference? Why should not I directly enroll to University of Victoria or Royal Roads or Simon Fraser or University of British Columbia? Because of the tuition fees. You are going to save 50% of the tuition fees, but at the same time, you have the certificate and you can work already. While you are going to transfer, for example, you decide, I want to finish my bachelor's and then I'm working. So you can do that, guys. So these are our international programs. So for the arts and sciences, we have 2 years only. For the engineering and technology, we have 2 years and 2 to 3 years civil engineering also. We have the engineering bridge for the UBC and UVic. So 8 months with us, and then you can transfer. And health and human services, this is the most enrolled right now, the CMLA, because after 10 months, you can work in our life labs. There's a laboratory there. And there are diploma programs. So sports and exercise education, business undergrad, post-degree diploma, and then we have co-ops. When we say WIL in Canada, it is paid. You enroll, you do the internship, you are being paid by the company. But if it is practicum, guys, take note, the word practicum in Canada, it means you are just observing, so there's no fee. But if there's a translation or there's a transfer of skills, they taught you, for example, or they teach you, and then you also help and work with them, then you are being paid. And for 12 years already, because this year we were awarded also. We were awarded by the Student of the Year Award because of our students, they are very highly skilled. Okay. And this is our English language development program. For example, if you lack some English proficiency, you can still enroll with us. And these are your schoolmates when you go there. So it's not only Canadians as your classmates or schoolmates, it will be coming from 80 nationalities. And of course, some of the Filipina students and partners and vloggers, there you go. So they vlog that they were provided food during pandemic. And this is my office, International Student Services. So we do the academic advising, we do the student group activities. And when you apply, for example, you should be between 17 to 18 years old. And before you enter Canada, you should be 18. And you should have a proof of English. So say, for example, IELTS, TOEFL, Duolingo that you can take online. And you can also apply to Miss Jenny before you go to the Education Planner BC. All students, guys, all students from all parts of the world, they pass through Education Planner BC and there's a fee. But if you want that Miss Jen will check first your document, it's free of charge. I can assist you first and then tell you that's okay. You can now proceed with Education Planner so that you will not be wasting your money. Okay? And this is your sample budget. I'm going to send this to you. And this is our view book. And if you have some questions, I will be free to share with you some of the answers or most of the answers if I can do respond to that. And Professor Y, you said, Miss Jenny, can you share the Student Ambassadors Program? Yes, I am going to invite you in the next 3 weeks probably, or probably next month. I'm going to have a Student Ambassadors Program. And these are our student volunteers. So they are good in painting, and they have the person with disability. She had an accident in 2003. She, her leg was cut because of the accident, but she's now graduating for Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering, and she's a writer. But it took her years to bounce back, guys. So what I'm saying is, these are students like you who are also suffering and struggling because of pandemic, and we want to help them and we want to connect with you. So I think Miss Chang of Beijing University and our partners from UTM, I will be probably inviting you also to share, your programs and your different, different programs and international programs with our students. Now, why is it I'm showing this to you guys? This is the marketing team of one university. Third from the left just died yesterday, or 2 days ago, or yesterday. His name is Jerome because of COVID. So what I'm saying is, I am presenting this to you so that I want you to know that here in the Philippines and other parts of the world, yes, we are suffering, but we are thriving. We are praying with one another or for one another, and let's continue to hold hands, okay? I also have the graduate school program. I invited my brother from Bangladesh for the Geospatial Information System. And he is the one who invented the app. He created an app for the farmers and the health related workers or health workers in Bangladesh. And also my friend, I'm not sure if you know this, my friends from Beijing, I invited someone from the School of Management in Hangzhou Jiangxi University in China. So she's my good friend, Dr. Xiaobing Xu. So I think that's part of my presentation, and I hope that you have learned also from my presentation. And basically, I'm going to end my presentation with this kind of video, very quick only, what we are doing during COVID in Canada. Okay, let me stop my
Sing paling terakhir sampean sadurunge mudhun.
Okay. Okay. Hello. Can
We
you
cannot
see
see. No, we cannot see the video.
sorry.
We cannot.
Okay, wait. But
Please
can you hear it?
repeat.
Yes, we can hear it, but we cannot see the video.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. Sorry.
Can you stop share screen first?
Yep. Sorry.
Play the video and share screen.
Yeah. Can you see it?
Yes.
What can you see, Professor Wayu?
Yes, we can see.
The video already?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay, you
thank
may
you.
play.
So during the pandemic, guys, winter 2021 is January. This is how we welcome our students because of pandemic. Okay, there you go. So that's our institution, and we would be very glad to welcome all of you, whether it's a visit, it's an enrollment process, or you want to become a student, an international student. You are all welcome. Thank you so much. Terima kasih.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Jenny, for the amazing presentations. Now it is time for our next agenda, which is panel discussion session. Participants can drop your questions in the chat box using the available format being sent by our committee in the chat box. Please ask general questions regarding the 3 partner universities in the session. You'll be given the chance to give more detailed questions in the breakout session. In this panel discussion, it will be led by Mr. Wahyu as our moderator. For your information, Mr. Wahyu is the manager for Contact and Mobility Program here in ITS Global Engagement. To Mr. Wahyu, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you so much. Once again, we applause for our great speaker from UTP Malaysia, BUCEA China, and also Camosun College Canada. Yes, my sister Jennifer as the alumni contact. Yeah, thank you so much for all of you, all of your presentation. I saw that our 3 speakers today is so great. Yeah, they complete everything. Yeah, and also for your information that this is the last Let's Study Abroad session. We will be exam next month, so we will not have LSI in the next 2 months, and we will have in the September again for the LSA. Before we begin for the question and answer today, let me also clarify that something. First of all, we are currently still open the virtual student exchange program at Universiti Teknologi Petronas Malaysia. First of all, we already closed before on May because the selected participant will get we sending them to our ministry to get special funding for the virtual program. Yeah, what we call is ICT, International Credit Transfer, that funding by our ministry. So with thanks to UTP for the helping us for the quick response. We already have 3 selected students. That was right now we are still waiting from our ministry for their funding. Yeah, but for the regular one, you may apply through your department. Yeah, so the end of in the ITS, the deadline in ITS is 26 July. So we 26 July it can give us more time to prepare nomination letter to the UTP as the ITS. So we expected that since many departments still currently have meeting with UTP, so in order to be easy, so all the students just need to apply to the department. Yeah, and then later I will help the department to register all of ITS students. Okay, and next one, the information from BUCEA. We are currently get our contact program in the BRAWIC consortium, and also as the part of the exchange, because we offer the BRAWIC member students to join our contact. Our ITS student also can apply BRAWIC, yeah, virtual summer school and virtual summer school. I will announce after this. I'm so sorry because due to some information that we still WFH right now. Yeah, it's sudden, so I don't have any preparation. But I will upload in our website, and ITS student must apply first to our office, and later you may I will give you the system how to enter the system summer school to BRAWIC. Yeah, there is 6 including BUCEA, including Beijing Civil University, architecture to enter the program. And the last one for the seat scholarship, unfortunately, like Ms. Jennifer mentioned before, that the seat scholarship is actually we have 2 partners from Canada, and we are hoping in the next future we can have partnership with Camosun College, so our diploma and also bachelor can joining to exchange program to Camosun through seat. We have 2 students currently right now already got selected for seat scholarship to Memorial University of Newfoundland, Canada, and they will fly on next September during the pandemic. Yeah, already mentioned in our website. So everyone who also just coming, don't worry if you just coming late, you may still can access all of the presentation today in our YouTube channel, ITS International Office. So since we have limited time, we since also it's impossible, yeah, to every university have character, yeah. Camosun, UTP, and BUCEA, it's so different, yeah. How characteristic. So now I'm instructing for all the participants, yeah, to change your display name with UTP, Camosun or BUCEA. The instruction it will be in the chat. Yeah, will be in the chat. Please kindly change right now. So it's easy from us to make breakout room. Yeah, once again, please kindly change your display name so our committee Kelly can prepare the breakout room right now, because we have limited time. So I don't want to take your time too much here in the panel discussion. So later after one question in panel discussion, we just move directly. So you may have free time, much time to ask to UTP, to BUCEA, to Camosun about your curiosity, because I saw from the list expectation of your question, too many questions is too about the university. I cannot combining all of them. So again, please kindly change your display name right now, so we don't have easy for us to prepare you in breakout room. Okay, committee, could you please? Okay, already instruction in the chat room. Okay, while waiting you to change your display name, I would like to give just one question, yeah, to all of our partner. Oh yeah, and also I would like also to welcome Dr. Murni as the Dean of Civil Engineering and Civil Engineering Planning and Geoengineering of ITS. Thank you so much, Bu Murni, for joining us today, yeah, to our LSA. Thank you, and also some parents also joining in our event. Thank you very much for joining those LSA today. Okay, so I would like to give just one question to all of the speakers today. There's some common question who always who always will be directly to the question. So the first question is about is it possible if the student go to for the long term, which means that minimum one semester or minimum about 4 programs while they study at your university, is it possible for them to take part-time job? And the second one, maybe as the student, do you think if they go to your program, yeah, even like student exchange physically, can also they get any help from the from your office, yeah, to get dormitory? Because some parents right now is still concerning about the pandemic situation, so they're expecting that it's safe for their children if they stay in dormitory inside campus, yeah, including if they get for example, if you require them 14 days quarantine, can also your university provide them place for quarantine, yeah, for quarantine in your dormitory? Because in us we have experience before with Chung-Ang University. Since this semester my student go to the Chung-Ang, 2 of my student is got entry the quarantine in the campus. Yeah, they have special provide dormitory for the quarantine, and it's to be honest is quite affordable compared than from the government. So this is the I guess the question is from the parents, yeah, who give us the question. So 2 questions. Is it possible if they go to for the long term to do the part-time job? And the second one, can you also helping them dormitory for the long-term program? And also, do you can provide dormitory in account for quarantine? Yeah, maybe I'll go to the UTP first to Pak Azrul. The time is yours, Pak.
Thank you. I just answer it briefly. For the first question, is possible because mobility in UTP will be is between as short as 2 weeks until 12 months. So 12 months will be a maximum for mobility program. So the answer is yes. So in UTP, we also have a good Indonesian community ranging from the student, the postgraduate student, as well as the faculty members. So no worries to be in UTP. For the question number 2 is regarding the quarantine. Unfortunately, I should say that for the quarantine procedure in Malaysia, the student would need, although the foreigners need to be quarantined at the designated quarantine center by the Malaysian National Security Council. Therefore, they are not. There will be no quarantine place at in our campus because the requirement by the government. So there's not much that we can do because of this is their procedure. We have just to follow. So that's my answer to the question. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Pak Asrul. How about in the China, Mr. Huang and Ms. Tian? Could you please help me to answer the question?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Okay.
Sorry,
the first question, if the student go to the, at least for the long term is minimum 1 semester, or like for master or PhD degree at university, can they still apply for part-time job in China?
就是他们读完这个长期之后，能不能申请一个工作在中国？
Yeah, I think Chinese government, especially in Beijing, have issued some policy for international students, including PhD and postgraduate. Yes, if they can graduate normally, I think they can get their working visa in some years, such as 2 years, 1 year, and 3 years. I think that is completely possible for them to work in China. As I know, one student of my undergraduates have plans to set set a new company in Beijing and have come into the truth. So our university will have more policy to help the students to work, to go to the society.
Okay, How about the second question? Do you think it's possible to get a quarantine in the dormitory in the campus? Do you think it's possible?
It's not very quite clear. Is that okay? You like give some example, like make it more clarify for us.
Okay. Maybe I will go to Jennifer first while I'm waiting the question to check. Miss Jennifer, could you help me?
Yeah, sure. Actually, my friends from Beijing, Professor Yu is asking if basically if you are an Indonesian or let's say Asian student going to Canada or China, if it's long term, number one, are they allowed to work? Now for Canada, especially in my institution, Camosun College, our students are actually working every week for 20 hours. They are allowed. Those who are graduating, because usually we have a diploma program for 2 years, our students are actually right now having two jobs because Asian guys or Asian international students, they do not choose work. They just continue to work. They love their work. They want to earn, and they are very passionate and they are very sincere in dealing with other nationalities. So they are most in demand workers, even if you are a student. That's good news. Number two, the question is what about the dormitory? What about the homestay? In our institution, we have the so-called vetted families and homestay. So during pandemic, the territorial government of Canada actually required us to be very strict when it comes to monitoring homestay program administered by the Camosun College staff. Meaning to say, are Chinese, Indian, Indonesian, Filipinos. So usually those who are going to replace are also coming from these countries. And there's this what we call one group, we call them the student service team. So from the time that you get the student visa, they are the ones taking good care of you of all the step-by-step requirements. So who's going to pick you up from the airport? How many days quarantine? They call you up and they would bring you food and everything. And most of all, they would always connect with you, particularly with the levels of engagement for affordable fees. So the support and advocacy system in Canada is very, very strong. So they want to open the borders, but you have first of all, as much as possible, the swab test. And then if you are, it's an advantage if you have the vaccine already so that you will not be a threat to another. So that's all.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Jennifer. Yeah, our friends, Mr. Tian or Mr. Huang, can you understand the second question? Do you think, for the dormitory?
Yeah.
Okay, I think referring to the support for international students' life, we can provide various different policy, such as the medical insurance. And I think we will arrange the big complaint and the related hospital to help our students to get some insurance and can get their advanced medical health care in Beijing. You know, Beijing's hospital level is the top in all around the world.
Okay, I understand. So from your explanation, so which means that for the old regulation, the COVID-19 during this pandemic situation still follow the China Republic the China regulation, the China government regulation. So for the student, if they would like to enter China, you need to check from our Tiongkok China embassy in Indonesia. Is it still possible to enter? If it's possible, so you need to check all the regulation. Okay, I got it. Thank you so much for the explanation. Yeah, I think we need to end off the panel session. Since so many questions I saw from the list from my student is typically in each university. So I would like to again invite you to change your display name with BUCEA, UTP, or Camosun. If you still didn't change it, we will just put you in the random room. Yeah. Okay. So without further ado, I would like to ask Kelly. Kelly, could you please open the breakout room, and please, when you receive the notification, just go to click to entering automatically to the room. Kelly?
As the moderator for our today's meeting. And before we continue, I would like to remind all the participants to turn on your camera if there are no technical issues, as it will be counted as your STEM for 8 points. So don't forget to turn on your camera. And if there are technical issues, you can give the information to one of our committees. And I would like to thank our speaker also, Mr. Azrul Zabidi, and the other officers for willing to join this event with us today and share about the opportunity offered by the UTP. And let me remind you again, Mr. Azrul Zabidi is the Senior Manager of Student Mobility Office, UTP Malaysia. So, Mr. Azrul, how are you?
Yes, good, fine.
Okay, so
how are you guys?
Yeah, we're good, alhamdulillah. So it seems you are ready to give us more detailed information about UTP here. Okay, and in the previous session, we already got some new insights, such as the opportunities to join the programs at UTP Malaysia and other general information. So for the next 20 minutes, you may ask more detailed questions related to either the university or about the program. So please do not hesitate to ask the question using the raise hand feature or send it through the chat box using the format that has been given by the committee. And are there any questions here?
Yeah, are there any questions?
Yep. Okay, maybe while we're waiting for the participants to ask questions, I will read the question that has been submitted by the participants while applying for this event. Okay, so here is the question. Is there any kind of small programs available for international students to do over there while studying, maybe like the certifications, etc., like that, Mr. Azrul?
Can you repeat the question? I can remember. I can hear clearly the question.
So is there any kind of small programs available for international students that we can do while studying in UTP Malaysia, such as the certification program or something like that?
Okay, for your information, our foreign student who came on mobility program will be assisted by our student body group. We call it as Global Network Club, which is the student body club, that student assistance club that would help the incoming students to UTP. So with their help, they will be organizing numbers of activities such as trips, such as games, such as sharing session while the students are in our campus. Normally, those student support group will be assisting the student upon arrival at the airport for the physical program, of course. Upon arrival, and they will be assisting the students to get familiar with the surroundings in our campus. In order of the activities, yes, for UTP we already have a sets of activities that we always conduct for the incoming students, such as visits to Twin Tower, visits to the surrounding attractive areas, attractive places surrounding UTP, as well as some in-campus in-campus activities such as kayaking, sports, playing volleyball, playing football. So that's something that we would offer to the incoming students.
Okay. So there are a lot of programs that
Yes.
can be joined by the international student to understand more about the cultural event in Malaysia. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so here we have a question from Nur Aziza. So she is a doctoral student. Can you give some information about joining the research in UTP?
Okay. So thank you, Aziza, for your question. You are asking. I suppose that you are doing your PhD right now. Okay. In order for you to get more information about the research area, a research team that we have in UTP, you can just visit our websites under the postgraduate. Our postgraduate department are called Center for Graduate Studies, CGS. Yeah, where you can get more information about the expertise, the research area, and also the project that ongoing by UTP. And on top of that, I've also shared in my slide on the research theme that we have under our research innovation office. Maybe I could open it over here. Can I open it over here? Let me see.
Yes, please.
Let me see whether I have the slide over here. Okay. I open it over here. Very nice slide that you can view. Right. Let me share the screen. This one. Okay, this one.
Okay.
Can you see this?
Yes, it's already there.
Yeah, it's already there. Okay. Let me make it bigger. I think I got some problem. Okay, this one. Yeah. Oh, I have problem.
Maybe you can zoom the.
No, because I have problem with my.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Oh, sorry. Okay, this one. I have problem with my PC, and okay, I can just open it very small. Okay, this one. All right. This is the research institutes and the research areas. So it's quite big because we are engineering and technology university in nature. So most of our research are based on engineering. Sorry, okay, based on engineering. Yeah, engineering and also social sciences. So feel free to view these slides or the projects. I think Aziza, yeah, I saw you right now. Can you see, Aziza, the research teams? So they might be of your interest. But I need to know what your background.
Resources, water management resources.
Water management resources. It might be under our civil engineering, or let me check.
Water and waste.
Yeah, water.
Yes, sustainable building.
Yes, yeah, ISB, yeah, sustainable building.
Specific is civil engineering.
Yeah, under civil engineering, yes, you are right. Okay. Have I answered your question?
Enough. Thank you very much for your information.
All right.
Okay, thank you
for
the question, and also for the answer, Mr. Azrul. And maybe you can drop the link for the reference so that our student can look for the information about the UTP. Thank you.
Okay. Maybe Miss Saira, can you just put the link on the chat for the our specialization from our website? Yes, thank you.
Okay. So are there Anyone else who have a question? Maybe you can raise your hand or use the chat box to deliver your question. Okay. Okay, let me remind you once again. If you don't have any technical issues, you may turn on your camera as it will be counted as your STEM 4 point. So please turn on your camera if you have no technical issues. And while we are waiting for another questions, I will ask about another question that has been submitted by our participants. Is there any scholarships offered by the UTP for to join any program, like a short program maybe, or exchange student program? Mr. Andrew.
Okay. Thank you for the question. If you are asking about scholarship, we don't actually give some direct scholarship for individual, but in actual fact, if you are joining any short programs in groups, so in groups maybe in 15 or 20 per group, in a big group I should say, there will be some attractive discounted price or discounted fees for you to enjoy. So that's kind of assistance that we would offer to the students, to the inbound students. But we don't really have any special scholarship or financial system to any individual incoming students. Okay.
Can I add more, Pak? Can I add also give explanation? Pak, so 5 years ago, the group from chemical engineering students joining the UTP inbound summer school. Yeah, on that time I go to Mr. Manes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, Mr. Manes.
Yeah, Mr. Manes is helping me. Is about 10 ITS student and 1 ITK, Institute Teknologi Kalimantan, because on that time ITK still under supervised by ITS. So thanks to UTP, they still counted ITK as well to a part of ITS. So yeah, the system in UTP is quite different, everyone, for IT. So normally it's good if you come as the group. So if you check from the list of the UTP summer school, and maybe you may talk with your lab, because on that time the group chemical engineering students is meet the one of the lecturer UTP during the competition, and they talk each other, and then suddenly they go to the UTP for about 10 days, if I'm not mistaken. And then also all the courses is so comprehensive. Yeah, it's so good for engineering. As you know, the reputation of UTP for engineering. Yeah, you cannot be. Of course, it's worth it. Yeah, to come for the summer school. Thank you so much, Pak Azrul.
Thank you for the explanation.
Thank you, Mas Wahyu, for the explanation. Okay, so here we already have another question from Aksa Hasan. Is there any program at UTP to help students acclimatize to working life?
Okay, because this working life is under our career development office, we call it CDO. So this CDO we will normally organize a program for the student who will be graduating soon. So there will be some talks and also invited speakers to share about the working environment. So this is something that will be offered by our another office of under our centers. It's called as Career Development Office. So usually they will be organizing this kind of programs. To answer you, yes, we do have, but this is being connected occasionally.
Okay, so yeah, UTP have the program for it. I hope it answered your question, Aksa. And thank you for the answer, Mr. Azrul. And there is another question about the housing in UTP in case if we are joining the exchange student program. Is there any dormitory that are provided by UTP, and how much does it cost? Maybe that's the general questions that will be asked by
general question.
Yeah.
Okay. to share with you, yes, we do have designated housing accommodation for the foreign mobility students. Yeah, but the number are a bit limited in terms of the number of beds. But if we could confirm the registration for the program, especially for such as summer program or short duration program. If we could know it in advance, we can block the accommodation. Somehow rather for exchange is already designate. We already reserve the accommodation for the students, and the student can also choose between air conditioning room, or if they would like to stay in our normal standard room. So there's a difference of fees, accommodation fees between the aircon room and non-air conditioning room. So there's two choices that they can make. So in terms of the fees, I need some help from my crew member, Madam Nisa. Maybe she can share with me with the participant in terms of the charges for the room charges. Yeah, for the air conditioning and also for the non-air conditioning. Can Madam Nisa please? How much is the fees? I couldn't. Hello, Nisa? Oh, Shaira? Oh yeah, Nisa. Yes.
Oh, okay, hold on. Yeah, I need to find it. Okay, this one is for the which program actually?
For for the summer, I think for the exchange program. For the exchange program for one
I will
semester.
put the table in the chat meeting chat. Can it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, so for the housing is already provided by the UTP in certain fees, of course, and the student can choose by themselves. Okay. Okay, thank you for the answer, and maybe we will wait for the information given by Ms. Khairunisa in the chat box. And there is another things that this is my personal questions actually. Earlier while you are presenting in the main room, I heard that for the research program you will have some kind of training program for software that are normally used for engineering, such as MATLAB and HYSYS and everything else. Is it like, do we will we get like a certification for that program, or it's just to
certification? It's not a certification, but it's more on the requirement by the research project. Some, for instance, if the research project required for the student to use HYSYS or MATLAB or other related software, so the student have the opportunity to get access to the software, which is a license under UTP, under UTP license. So they have the opportunity or the permission to use that software via our connection. Yeah, that's the situation. But because we are not giving any special training for the certification training for that software usage, but it's more rather to meet the requirement for the project. Yeah, for that particular project, which require the usage of that particular software. That's my answer to that.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Azrul. So it's more like a support to
support to the project.
Project.
Nisa, do we have the table right now? I still can see the table.
Yes, I will put it. Hold on, yeah.
While we think, can we have a few more questions? Yeah, that will be asked by the students. I'm happy today because I received numbers of questions from students of ITS. In fact, as being said by Mr. Wahyu just now, a group of students will be joining us next September on the virtual student exchange program. That's really good under the government special funding. Yeah, I heard that the result will be announced end of this month, on the 30th of June, whether the student successfully receiving the funding or not. Hopefully everybody will get the fund to come to UTP on virtual. And in return, we hope that also our student can be virtually to ITS for exchange as well as other programs, maybe the short duration program. And we are keen to get our student participating in the TechCom program of ITS.
Yeah, compact. Yeah.
Yeah, Temtech. Sorry. Yeah.
It's okay.
Compact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope we all can participate in mobility program to get an international exposure like that.
Yeah.
So, are there any more questions from the students? You may use the chat box or the raise hand feature. And actually, for the program in September, is it offline or online, Mr. Azul?
It will be online.
Oh, it will
be online.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I think for the border it will be still closed.
Yeah, I think the border will be still closed. No, actually for Malaysia, the border is already open for the foreign to come in, but they with a strict procedure, strict rule for them to be in UTP or Malaysia. So with the quarantine procedure, so they have to follow, and a bit costly for the student to be in our campus, especially if they would like to come for a short duration program. Yeah, because the cost for quarantine is a bit high, I should say, and it's mandatory for them to be quarantined at the designated quarantine area or quarantine places.
Yeah, I see. So it needs a lot of requirement to follow. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Nisa, have you got the table, or you just share the maybe the brief charges? I still remember for the aircon room it would be 137 ringgit per semester. Can't remember the actual breakdown, whether it's per semester or per month. It's
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
per
maybe if there is still no okay, so maybe you may send the information later through Mr. Wahyu or through the chat in the main room. And because of the time limit,
yes,
unfortunately,
the
time for the session has ended. And thank you for your enthusiasm. And once again, thank you very much to our speaker for your insightful explanation. And last but not least, Mr. Azrul, do you have something to add for a closing statement?
Yeah, on behalf of UTP, we would like to say thanks to ITS for inviting us to present our information on the student mobility program at this LSA event. So we hope that our information will be something useful for the students who are still looking for the opportunity to study abroad. And at the same time, I would also like to promote our International Mobility Week, which will be held on 23rd to 28th of June. It will be in next 2 weeks' time. So I'm inviting speakers from ITS to present the program at ITS. I'm sure that ITS are having quite a number of interesting program to be offered to our students, because even our students are really looking for opportunities to study abroad or to participate in the activities overseas in Indonesia and other countries. So with that, thank you so much. And also thanks to my colleague who been supporting me to conduct this event today. They're being really supportive. Thanks to everyone, and thanks to the crew member of LSA for doing such a wonderful job today. Thank you very much. Thank you, Denti. Thank you, Mr. Wayu. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Azrul. We are also grateful to have you in this event. And okay, dear participants, that is all from me as the moderator in this session. Please return to the main room to continue.
Okay, Denti, just a while. This is the rate for you can see in the
Oh
chat
yeah,
room.
we
Yeah.
can already see the rate here for 175 ringgit Malaysia per month for AC rooms and 295 per month for non-AC room. And yeah,
So yeah.
see the rest. Later
Yeah.
we will share the information maybe from Mr. Waki to the students.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you.
Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, Mr.
Yeah, stay
Azrul.
safe.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum. Yes.
Waalaikumsalam.
Hello. Can you hear me? Are you the student to help us to organize this Q&A part?
I'm sorry, what?
Can
you repeat the question?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you too as well.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Your voice is a bit too little. I cannot hear you clearly. But the first one is,
For now, is it
it's still too low.
too small?
Yes. Just like the first one. I think the first one is really good.
Oh, so wait a minute. Let me check it.
Okay, it's okay. What about if I open this breakout room first? Is it okay?
Hello, is this better for now?
I think it's better. Okay, maybe you can start now.
I will try to speak louder to make you to listen.
Yes, maybe
clearly.
you just, yeah, I think you need to speak louder. Okay.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Okay, let's begin, right? So, hello everyone, good afternoon. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Cyril, and I'm a volunteer in ITS Global Engagement, and will be a moderator in the session. Thank you so much for Mr. Huang Xing and Ms. Tian Jian. We are grateful to you for willing to share with ITS students both Beijing University of Civil Engineering and Architecture, or BUCEA, China, through this program. Let me remind you again that Mr. Huang Xing is the Deputy Director of International Education Center for BUCEA, and Mr. Tian Jian is from International Cooperation Office of BUCEA. In this previous session, you all already get insights about BUCEA and opportunities to join programs with BUCEA. So for the next 20 minutes, you can ask more detailed questions to Mr. Huang Xing or Ms. Tian Jian related to BUCEA or programs you want or can join in. Please don't hesitate to convey about anything you think is still unclear, or perhaps you need more explanation related to the previous presentation. You can just use the raise hand feature or type your question through the chat box using format name_NRP_question, or as you can see, the example sent by our committee in the chat room. if you guys plan to register for one of the programs in BUCEA, I think this could be your great opportunity to do a consultation about any related things, because we can say that not all the ITS students get this kind of advantage, which is in the same Zoom room with the representative of the partner university. Okay, so let me see.
Before the Q&A start, I will introduce two of my colleagues because Mr. Huang has some issues, so he maybe need to leave earlier. So these two colleagues are responsible for the international student issue, and Mr. Jinbo is clearly about the scholarship issue, and Ms. Liu Lan is clearly for the admission things issues. And for the broad programs, you can ask me.
Okay, so we're not with Mr. Huang.
Yeah.
So we're with Miss who? Can you repeat again or just write it in the
Mr. Jinbo.
Mr. Sinbo.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can send it in the chat.
Okay. Yes, that would be better. Thank you, Miss Tian. Okay, so anyone who wants to ask, you can use the raise hand feature. Okay. Okay. It's okay, Aditya Pradana. Okay. While waiting for the participant to ask and maybe still preparing the question, I will ask some questions that were previously asked by the participant on the registration form. So there is a couple of questions. I think this one is, yeah, let me ask this one. So is there an Indonesian Student Association if I study in BUCEA? So it's like a community for Indonesian people.
Oh, yeah. We have a variety. Let me check. We have a variety of the association because a student can have a variety of activities such as going to the Great Wall, have some sightseeing visit, and for example, the parties. In China we have a lot of festivals, so we have tons of break time, and the international students will cooperate with the Chinese students. They will have some free time and enjoy your after school time. So basically, I think that's general for all universities. But for us, you can see that from the previous video, we do have some fancy buildings around the campus, and we have some good side views. So for the students, they can come there to visit, and they can enjoy time, have some small group chat, and yeah, that's my answer.
Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Liu Lan, for the insightful explanation. I see now in the chat box we have a question from Nadine. So the question is there any program for this year for an undergraduate student in urban planning major that can be joined online and conducted in the nearest future? So,
urban planning major. I think that's an undergraduate program. So yeah, we do have that major. We can share our admission briefing, it's like a one page. It's not too much information, but they have really efficient information for you to take a look. So we do provide this major, yeah, exactly. Basically, I think it will be conducted online, but truly it will be considered seriously in the second semester. It might be off campus, on campus, I mean, like offline. So the students can come to China and study in the classroom. And we can share this PDF to you all after this meeting, I think, because we do have some materials, except for the PowerPoint, for example, our admission introduction. Yeah, hopefully answer that question.
I'm sorry, Miss Liu. I mean, I think what Nadine's mean is like, it's like a exchange program or an online exchange, virtual online program for urban planning major for undergraduate. Is there any like currently will be begin in the soon?
You mean short term?
Yes.
Short term.
Yes,
It's like like for example, some credits can be accounted in your
Yes, I mean,
university. Oh,
yes,
okay, okay.
from weeks
So,
to maximum 6 months on one semester.
oh, okay, got it. So we do have like 1 week, like a small like online summer school program is coming, like what teacher Huang Xing told us in July. We do have a summer school program that you can join online. And basically, there will be 12 lectures from different professors around the world. And that's credits can be accounted as academic credit and with a certificate awarded in the end. Yeah, I hope this answer is correct.
Yeah, I will help you to answer. I will help you to answer. Okay, so for the question about the student exchange, unfortunately for a moment we still don't have MOU exchange with the BUCEA. Actually, we are currently in discussing our partnership with BUCEA. So for a moment, the student can only joining for the summer school that mentioned before. Yeah, and also don't worry, the summer school is credit. So like our regulation ITS, if the program is also is as part of your elective courses, or you may claim as the MPKM courses. You can see the new regulation in from our Ministry of Education that you can take any courses, not even not in the same major, but you can put as the credit MPKM from our ministry. So the ministry will count it to ITS credit MPKM. Yeah, so we will have you may claim in the two ways, in your elective courses or MPKM courses. Yeah, don't worry. For the exchange, we hope so. Yeah, after this we will have discussion with our dean. Yeah, that's why Dr. Murni just joining the LSA today, because they would like to find information about BUCEA, and we will have meeting soon with BUCEA. Yeah, so why we still are discussing with some internal faculty, and we will hopefully we can establish the partnership, the exchange soon. Yeah, thank you. I hope we can.
Yeah, hope we can have some MOU or just about the projects. Yeah,
Yes,
hope
yes,
to get more relationships in the future.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Cheryl, you may continue.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Lia and Miss Tian, and also Mr. Wahyu for the insightful explanation. I hope for Nadine, I hope that answer your question clearly. Moving on to the next question. So we have another one here from Hanifah. So the question is, can international students take laboratory courses in your university? If yes, will it be delivered in English or in local language?
I will show the PowerPoint of it, and before Mr. Huang Xin has included basic information of our school, so Ms. Liu will tell about some details.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah, as teacher Tian sharing the screen, I will go ahead and take a little bit introduction about this part. So basically, we do have the laboratory courses. Of course, if you are taking the engineering classes, you have to take some labs to do some practical work. And we do have some fancy labs. And I can show you that that's just a tuition piece, but it can give you the general ideas about different language that can be instructed. It depends on different programs. So for the English instructed program, we do have, if you are registered into our English taught program, the courses will be delivered in purely English. And you want to apply for the Chinese instructed program, then that courses will be delivered in Chinese. And as we discussed previously, you can see that all these language, they are the tuition fees that looks very high, but the important thing is about our scholarship. You can see that all the scholarship they cover, they cover all of your tuition, so that makes sense. It means like the tuition is not going to be a problem for you when you're going to apply for our program. Yeah. 好，这是看一眼 chat.
Okay. Thank you so much for the answer, Miss Leah. I hope for Hanifah, I hope that explain your answer. Okay, now moving on to the next question, we have someone who raised their hand. I see Daniel. You may deliver a question.
Okay, thank you, Cyril, for the opportunities. I would like to ask more about the living cost in Beijing. So, how much is the meal cost in Beijing? Remembering that Beijing is one of the biggest city in China, right? So, is it expensive, or do you have any tips to find cheap or affordable meal in Beijing? And my second question is it possible to find halal food? Most of Indonesians are Muslims, as we know. Is it possible to find halal food in Beijing or near the campus? Maybe that's it for my question. Sesi, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for asking. So here, as I show you, can you see the screen now? Like 4 major parts about the costs, basically in Beijing. Can you see that now? It's including accommodation, living costs, medical insurance, and visa. You get the point. Of course, in the big city, we do have the high costs, but you can consider that you live on campus. So when we are living on the campus, that's going to be a different story, because we do have the accommodation. So it will your living costs will be deducted very dramatically, and also the university do provide students about the medical insurance, and I think the big part is about the tuition fee again, but we do offer the scholarship, so that can solve the most big problem. And besides that, it's only about the living costs, as you see that here in the PowerPoint. I want to check. Can you see the PowerPoint now?
Yes, I can see it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Otherwise, that would be really helpful. So besides that, your second question is about I forget. I'm sorry.
Halal food.
Oh, activities? You are asking about the. Oh, you're asking about the religious activities or small activities?
Maybe Cyril, you can help.
Okay, I think what Daniel mean is about the food for Muslim people. I mean, Muslim people.
I see.
Cannot eat like pig or everything.
Yeah, that's really a good question actually, because I have been in BUCEA for a while, and there we do have a really good one on campus dining hall, specifically for you, and that's really delicious. And because we have to really like after the class we run to that dining hall and get some food, and you see I'm coming back to BUCEA to work because the fancy food. That's for what you are considering is directly for you. Not for the general, like we do have that special treatment, because in China we also have the same the same requirements for the students. So that's why the university have that specific place, and that's a really a big place. Trust me, it can offer a lot of people to eat at the same time.
Yeah, can I help you to explain again? Since I've been in Beijing in Tianjin in 2018, So I visited university in Beijing, in Tianjin as well. And of course, I also stayed in Tianjin for about 1 week for the internship program with our partner in China. So as I understand the also regulation from the government as well, in every university, I guess there is 2 canteen normally. I mean, there is like Muslim canteen and also general canteen, and even in the public. Because when I in Beijing, in Tianjin, first of all, I'm scared that maybe I cannot find any food, but no, yeah, it's everything is easy, yeah. Even they know me as the Muslim country, we can find any halal food in over there. So you don't need to worry. Normally, if I'm not mistaken, in every university, China also give you like card, yeah, and they will already show you this is the canteen to show for the Muslim or at least vegetarian food, yeah, and also another one is for the general one. So if you are Muslim, so you just can go to the cafeteria that they show that show that this is for the Muslim food. So because I understood as well, China also always receive some Muslim students, including in Beijing, I guess also in BUCEA. So you don't need to worry, yeah, if the yeah, so normally they will show you. If not in the canteen, they will show cafeteria that you can buy some halal food, and also you may cook in when you arrive in your place. Yeah, thank you so much.
Besides like for the Muslim students, because we have a lot of, and besides the canteens, we also have kitchens in the dormitory. So a lot of students also do some cookings by themselves. Maybe you can, I think you will be friends easily, and you can have dinner together or something like that.
Okay, Cheryl, back to you.
Okay, thank you so much for Ms. Liu, Ms. Tian, and Mr. Wahyu for the insightful explanation. To Daniel, I hope that answers your question briefly. I think this will be the last question. So there is in the chat box. It's from Indri. So the question is there any kind of small activities available for international students to do over there while studying in BUCEA? For example, the Chinese language course or cultural activities. To Ms. Tian or Ms. Liu or Mr.
Let me quickly take a look.
Jin, you may answer the question.
Oh, I see. I feel like the students in our chat room is really like interested about our activities. So I think so we will talk about more. We do have some pictures that can show you. Let me check for you on channel library real quick. Okay. Let's see. Pull out really. Let me pull it out really quick. So we do have variety types of the activities, except for the study, you know, because life is not about study all the time. We have, except for the shopping, and we do have the activities like organized by the university, and to let our students to have some relaxing time. And for example, we have the sports match in this year. It's a pity that during the COVID-19 pandemic, but we do have different types of the activities to make your off-campus life more colorful. Because you know, I still want to recall my undergraduate study, you know, memory, because we value the experience and time with our classmates, and especially with international students, because we can go around in Beijing. Beijing is big. We do have the Great Wall. You can see that from this picture, and we do have plenty of the places can go around. And Teacher Jin is organizing some fancy activities recently for our on-campus international students, because you know, we do have a festival. It's coming. It's next Monday, and we have some activity on tomorrow. And so for the students who come to China, you have the friends and the teacher will be always be with you, so you don't feel alone. And I think besides that, only we do have some culture activities. Yeah, right? It's coming in July or in June. Yeah, in 2 weeks.
Yeah, in next week there will be the activities about the Beijing Opera. You know, Beijing Opera is a terrific art in China, and this is very famous. And I'm sure lots of students in our university will join us. And I'm also sure that if you and your classmates come to China to our university, you will also experience lots of China culture, and you will also learn more about the Chinese, about some more things or more new story about China.
Yeah. But in addition, I really like one of our leaders in our school. He said before that when you come to China, you choose our school not only to study for the knowledge, it's the basic, right? But also we want you to feel like you come home and you can feel the Chinese culture. And after you go back to your country or to go to work, you can tell others that I love China, I love BUCEA. It's the final purpose of us. So we will organize a lot of cultural activities such as the taiji and cutting and Chinese traditional cutting. And also, Mr. Jin has said we to take students to see the Peking Opera, and also like this, we will organize a lot of cultural activities to show you the traditional of China.
Yeah, I have one last point. Yeah, because short words. I think the key point is about the exchange about the culture. So you come to China, you know the Chinese culture. At the same time, we know your culture, and that's a fancy point that you study abroad, and that's like the shining point about the exchange of the you know, international cultures, and we value that. That's why we are trying our best to hold these all programs, and we come together and we communicate. And thank you again for participating. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for Mr. Jin, Miss Liu, and Miss Tian for the insightful explanation. For Indri, I hope that answers your question. Unfortunately, the time for this session has ended. Thank you for your enthusiasm, and also thank you very much for Mr. Jin, Miss Liu Lan, and Miss Tian Jian. Maybe from both of you, do you have something to add for the closing statement?
Yeah, here. Please write down our email address, and so we can keep in touch. You know, any questions about you know, admission, campus life, scholarship, anything that you want to ask, just send us the emails. And usually we will respond you know, within like 12 hours. And yeah, so if we see that, we will respond very quick, maybe 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome.
Okay.
Go say yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are looking forward to seeing you in campus. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Once again, thank you so much for Mr. Jin, Miss Liu, and Miss Tian. So, dear participant, that is all from me as the moderator in this section. I apologize for any mistake that I made during this session, and we hope that all of your curiosity has been answered. Please return to the main room to continue the next agenda. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, we can back to the main room.
The next month. Right now, we are still preparing, and there will be sharing of ideas on certain topics. So we identified already at least top 3 topics, but also you will be needing to share dances, songs, poetry, paintings, but you will have a buddy system. So you have one partner from Korea, one part or 2 partners from the Philippines, and then you, and then I will also get from students from Canada so that you can, and then you will have a breakout sessions, and then you can meet and then prepare for the next week presentation. So it's just like meeting online and then preparing. It's some like a competition, but it's more on certificate, but with the promise that after pandemic, the university promised me that the students involved can be accommodated in the Philippines. You can stay in their university and you can have a cultural exchange.
Okay,
So
Miss
that's
Jen, maybe we close the LSA first, Miss Jen. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, Sekar, can you close?
Okay, Mas Wahyu. Okay, hello. Now that we're all back here, I want to greatly appreciate our representatives from each partner university today. You have shared a lot of opportunities, which motivates us to do more and more for internationalizations and achieve the.
He is not a Filipino, but he is a legal resident here. So what he did after applying for SDS, he was allowed to go, and he is right now taking up sports management. Okay, and because it's also most in demand. So I think for you guys that you are there, the basic step would be you have to go to Canada.ca and check the Indonesian, because it's a government to government thing. Okay, when you apply, our target is to get you a student visa, right? I am not an immigration consultant, but the Camosun College would always allow students to do it yourself, DIY, because the link and the website is very friendly. So you can just, all steps are there as long as you need letter of acceptance from any of the institutions in Canada. So you need 2 documents, the letter of eligibility and the letter of acceptance. The letter of acceptance is provided to you as a regular student if you have paid the initial tuition fee deposit to a program, because it varies, it depends on the program. If you're going to deposit, then you will be provided letter of acceptance. But before that, after for example, I pre-assess your documents and everything, I endorse you, and then the International Admissions Office will give you the letter of eligibility, meaning to say you have a slot, you have a seat in that program. And then there's a step-by-step process or procedure on how to pay, bank transfer. Once you pay, they will provide you letter of acceptance, which will be attached to your application for study permit.
Okay, so Miss Jennifer, is that all? Okay, thank you very much. So I hope that answers your question. I guess that was regarding the registration to the stream. Does that answer your question, Ranga?
Yep.
Okay.
I will send you, Ranga, the whole PDF file on study permit guide, because my answer comes from the study permit guide. I will send it to you through Professor Wayu.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Jennifer. Okay, so for the next question, we have someone asking from the chat box. First is Haninati. She said it is possible to do the 14 days quarantine off campus. How does it work and how much does it cost, I guess, generally?
Okay, so Canada right now, because our schedule is very erratic. So last year it was very, very strict. So my student who's from the Philippines, actually he has already the student visa. He was not able to join the January intake, which is supposed to be his intake. So he deferred it to May because of the on-off. The borders are closed. We could not fly from the Philippines to Vancouver because there's a direct flight. So what happened was we follow certain protocols, and yes, there are sometimes there's a month that we are told that it's only 12 days, and then there's only 7 days. So right now the the advice, the notification is actually 14 days in a hotel. And there are certain hotels and areas where they can have their quarantine. And when it comes to the cost, usually it ranges from 800 Canadian dollars to 1,500 Canadian dollars. And it is being shouldered by the student, because the concept there, or the wisdom behind it, is that when you study in Canada, if you don't have scholarship, meaning to say you can, when you apply, it implies that you can afford the tuition fees and the living cost. But if you have, let's say, for example, like the seed in Camosun, yes, we do have scholarship, but you have to stay there as a resident student for 1 year, so that after a year, that's the time that you can avail scholarship. Meaning to say, it's the industry who's already looking at you to be part of their company, and they will pay you with a voucher. So instead of paying it on your own, they will give you a voucher for that next semester. Now, there are those who are very good in terms of their performance, academic performance in the previous year. They are provided refund. Okay, so the scholarship in Canada, especially with government, is very rare actually. If they have, for example, some companies and other foundation partners, that's the time that they really give full blast. So universities or private institutions, they have to partner with Canadian universities. So for example, ITS, or here in the Philippines, you need to partner one university to send students there for scholarship. Because if not, the students will wait 1 year. And then to present good standing or academic standing. I hope I answered your question.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Jennifer. I hope that answered your question too for Haninati. Okay, so for the next question, I guess it's quite related to what you have explained before. From Farhan, he said that for the scholarship, are there for some major or all major provide the scholarship?
Yeah, as what I have mentioned a while ago, Ms. Farhan, what I'm going to tell you is international education, I'm telling you, is an expensive, it's an expensive journey. Okay, New Zealand, Australia. I was asked by different countries to be their regional manager. Why I chose Canada? Basically because my family, my brothers and sisters are in the US. So they are only 80 miles away from Seattle. I mean, Victoria. It's very near. So I can just cross the border and travel to the US. Second, I chose Canada also because it's the work, it's the practical work that after graduation, I really, if I am a student, I want to work. I want to stay and I want to work. So, and then the kind of life, the health system is very strong if you are a Canadian, if you are in Canada. When it comes to some major, all major provide scholarship, no, because it's what I mentioned, you have to stay there for a year and to provide and show, and you have to pay first, and you have to show your academic standing to apply for the voucher. So every year students, with good grades, they pile up and they apply for it. So some of them, they have this kind of refund, 30%, 50%, or their next tuition fees are being paid by companies targeting them to be their employees.
Okay, so thank you very much, Ms. Jennifer, for answering that question. Okay, so I guess I will give the chance back to Haninati because she asked another question. She said that on the official VFS Indonesia, study permit will take up to months to process. Do you think it's wise to consider a visitor visa instead of exchange students where there's an urgency, and how does it differ from a study permit?
Study permit is the strongest study permit, or the strongest piece of paper that one can hold. Okay, I will not advise you to get the visitor's visa because there is a limitation. However, it's not only, guys, in Indonesia that we have a very long process, particularly now. particularly for example, Indonesians who are in Dubai, Filipinos who are in Singapore, if they are the manpower of these countries, sometimes they are denied. I have experienced that and I cried a lot. They applied everything and then they were just denied, but they reapplied and two already has been approved. Based on my experience, I mean, given this pandemic, guys, international education right now, if you are the regional manager, but based on my experience, it's just like selling an ice cream to North Pole during winter. You have to remember that this is a mobility issue and there is pandemic. So it's very, very challenging for students, for us, like the regional managers, to bring students abroad. So yes, the answer is very long, and it's not only in Indonesia. Even here in the Philippines, it would take 3, 4, sometimes 5 months, and it's already the intake. And oh my God, until now they don't have the result. So because I have a friend in the embassy, I would always call, CC, can you please help me with all of this? And so usually our connections, would help, but it's the immigration issue. And they also consider your safety, your health. So yeah, I think this is the reality right now of international education. That is why the best right now would be the online thing in the meantime. But for Camosun, we are going to have our face-to-face on September. The problem is from this country or to your country to Canada, because Canada itself, especially Victoria, which is an island, it's more secure. But the problem is here when we travel, it's very challenging. I cannot even cross the street. I cannot even cross the street there because of our, towers. It's very strict.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing, Miss Jennifer. Okay, so does anyone want to ask another question? Okay, so maybe while we wait for another question, I guess I will ask from the question that were previously asked by the participant on the registration form. So someone asked, is there a program that differentiates it from other universities for international students? I think it can also include the cultural programs or something like that.
Camosun College actually is very strategic. All universities in Canada and colleges, they are very strategic when it comes to partnership. I'll give you an example. Here in the Philippines, they have only, for last year, it was a technical strategic partnership with Miriam College and De La Salle College of St. Benilde. Miriam College for early childhood. So when we talk of partnership, it's just like this. Miriam College offers early childhood. We have the early learning and care. So what we did, Camosun had the curriculum shared with Miriam, and Miriam took 150 daycare, meaning to say teachers from the kindergarten all over the city. And there is this kind of partnership by 3, local government of Quezon City here in Manila, Camosun College, and Miriam College. So what was the expectation? We are going to teach the daycare centers, providers, the kinder teachers with our curriculum so that they will be ready if there will be a hiring in Canada, so they are qualified. So it's more of work. It's really more of work. We need to provide workforce. And in De La Salle College of St. Benilde, we have this culinary. So we train students, to have this kind of certificate, because in Canada, these are technical work, technical jobs. Hotels before COVID, before the pandemic, they really want Filipino chefs, Asian chefs. So what we did, we also want to transfer, but because of pandemic, it was... So that's the kind of partnership. So for cultural, after they made me the regional manager, I am supposed to have 150 Canadian students coming here to have a cultural exchange, and I'm going to send also students there. but because of pandemic, Miss Noor. So if this will happen to the Philippines, I can also bring it to Indonesia and to other parts of the world. And Professor Wayu knows that, because I've been connecting a lot of students and universities already before pandemic. But because of pandemic, that is why what I'm doing, I showed it to you. I have these online events, face mask, bamboo projects, cultural, but it's all online.
Yeah, I guess I can understand it because there has been so many things that we have to consider before
Very
applying a program.
dangerous. Yeah, it's very dangerous. You just imagine we just have an event and then the technical team died. So, oh my God, after my event, and then somebody was put in a facility and he died, and it broke our heart, all of us. Yeah, we those are just realities, but who are we to question, the plans of Allah, the plans of God for us? He is the maker and the, protector also of our life. So there.
Yeah, very unfortunate, I guess. Okay, so the time is now close to the closing. So unfortunately, maybe the time for this session has ended. Thank you for your enthusiasm. And also thank you very much for Miss Jennifer for the answers. Okay, so maybe from Miss Jennifer, do you have something to add for the closing statement?
Thank you, Miss Noor. You're very professional. You have a very nice voice. I am
Thank
typing
you.
right now my email. It's monteroj@camosun.bc.ca, or you can check out my Facebook. It's Jennifer Montero, so that you can check also some of our events. And you can also have Camosun College in the Philippines, so that I will have Camosun College in Indonesia one day. Okay, I want to have that. Camosun College in Indonesia, so that you can, by the way, there were several international college and university presidents who visited Camosun College. So supposedly, if there's no pandemic, there will be, the next group will be the students. So if I can do that in the Philippines, I can do that also in Indonesia. But let's continue to pray that this pandemic will be over.
Okay, so thank you very much, Miss Jennifer, for sharing your closing statement. So I guess everyone can take note on what Miss Jennifer has typed in the chat box, so you can contact Miss Jennifer if you have any inquiries or questions later. Okay, so dear participants, that is all from me as the moderator in this session. I will apologize for any mistake that I have made during this session, and we hope that all of your curiosity has been answered. Okay, so now you can return to the main room to continue to the next agenda. Thank you, everyone.
There you go.
We have already prepared a very special gift for our partners. Maybe committee, Kelly, can you help me with the PPT? Okay, now I've seen it. Okay, so for our first representative university partner, we have Universiti Teknologi Petronas Malaysia. Thank you so much for being here today. Okay, next. We have Beijing University of Civil Engineering and Architecture. Thank you so much for being here today. And then the last one, we have Camosun College, Canada. Thank you so much for being here. We hope that this gift can express our gratitude towards you. And once again, we thank you very, very much. So for our last agenda, we will have a photo session. So for that, I want all participants who haven't put their camera on to put their camera on, so that we can screenshot you and we can see your beautiful faces. Okay, now committee, are you ready? I will start to count. Okay. Okay, we have 2 pages. Okay, now 1, 2, and 3. And then for the second pages, we get 1, 2, and 3. Okay, thank you so much. Now we have finished with all of our agenda today. I also want to thank all participants for your presence and enthusiasm. And also don't forget to fill in the feedback form, which is being sent by our committee in the chat box to improve our future events. Thank you so much, committee. We will greatly appreciate if you give us honest feedback. The link is being shared by our committee. I will remind you again that filling the attendance and feedback form are the requirements to get stamp for it. Finally, thank you so much for being here today. It was a very informative event that gave insights and encouragement to all of us. And I hope to see all of you in our future event. We hope after this you'll be much more motivated to participate in internationalization events. I am Sekar as your Master of Ceremony today, representing all committees on the team today. I would like to apologize to any inconvenience that happened during the session. Once again, thank you very much for your participation and see you in our future events. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pak Wahyu.
Camosun and also BUCEA. Thank you. I will send the certificate by email. And for the participants, students, except the committee, you may leave the room. Yeah, the meeting room. Thank you. See you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Shisha. Yeah, thank you so much. Terima kasih. Thank you.
Professor Wahyu, are our Beijing University of Civil Engineering still here, Chang? And I think they're here. Is it okay?
Here.
Yeah, is it okay if I'm going to invite you also in some of our presentation? Will that be possible?
Yes. So we'll have actually a presentation from a student ambassador. Yeah, if you still stay, you may stay. But if you would like to leave the meeting, yeah, you can leave the meeting. So yeah, Ms. Jennifer, maybe you may start the presentation about student ambassador. Our student volunteer here, Ms. Intan, already here as well. So,
okay. But from Beijing first, is it okay if I'm going to invite? Can I invite them, Professor Wahyu?
Yes, sure.
I mean, in the future, in my future events. So can I invite them also? To present Beijing University. Will that be okay, Ms. Chang?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So please send me your email so that I can also.
You can find the email in our email, Ms. Jennifer.
Okay,
when I saw,
sure.
you can see the email of UTP and also email of the BUCEA. So
Okay.
We will leave the message. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And also from UTP. So thank you so much. So basically, what I'm going to share with you is the Student Ambassadors Program, which I shared a while ago. It has something to do with the Student LAMP or the Student Leadership Ambassadors Program. So let me, very quickly, I will be sharing my screen. Is it okay, Professor Wahyu?
Yes. That's why my student volunteer are here.
Okay. Give me 30 seconds. Okay, here. Okay. So basically, guys, this is my presentation for during my conduct of SLSU. Okay. So okay, wait. Can you see it?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, sorry. Is it already in full screen?
Yes.
Okay. So SLSU KF is Kingfisher. It's their mascot. And it's for 2021 because it started in 2021. It's Student Ambassadors Roadmap. So I want to have this kind of TikTok culture in the next month. So basically, I gathered all talented students who volunteered. So this is also like an ITS. So this one is a painting of the COVID frontliner. I'm going to show you it in a while. This one is the side of the house, okay, of one student ambassador. So near his house is the beach. On the side of this of his house is the mountain. And this is the president of the student council. And pre-COVID, this is what they're doing. Now, this is a journey with a purpose. So basically, I told them, you need to have the power to choose. What are you going to do? The power to choose or serve. So I'm going to introduce you Jerome. Jerome is a very, poor but deserving student. He is living near the sea, and he was asking what skills are truly valued in his workplace if he's going to graduate for computer engineering. These are the questions. What even are my job options? So this is Neil. Neil is a painter, and he's been doing a lot of art, and he's been doing community work. And he was asking, Miss Jenny, after the pandemic, how can I survive? How can I help my family? You just imagine he did this. Okay. So this is Wang Ud. This is the oldest tattoo maker in the Philippines, living in Luzon. Okay. He is 103 years old now. And he is still alive. I know he's still alive. And another one is, this is Noreen, the president. He used to attend National Student Leadership Summit in a huge conferences. And when she went home, there's pandemic. And then he said, Miss Jenny, what is the connection of what I did in the past to my future? So another one was March. March is food tech graduating student. He was asking, Miss Jenny, this kind of my course, will it still be relevant? Am I still be useful after the pandemic? What happens to me? So these are their questions, uncertainties. So one strong student who has just lost her leg. Okay, so he has discussed. Her name is Mary Fur. He's a graduating computer student, and he's a writer. He's a poetry writer. And every day, guys, this is his life. So somebody's taking good care of her. And he said, Ma'am Jenny, I want to bridge the gap. I want to join the volunteer program because I don't want to just, stay in one corner and, I will be, I will be useless. So she inspired a lot of people. And I told them, you can be part of something that, has something to do with change. So he painted this, Neil, and these are the students. So we are looking, student ambassadors like you in one global community. So this is them. Okay, so that you can join the training, you can join the experience. So what is it in for you? You have the potential to do internship and mentorship opportunities, great networking opportunity with student ambassadors all over the world. And you can also earn some side money through marketing, like we market also your product.